Breakfast with KXVU.
Trickstar Radio.
Right, then we're inside with a man like Joker Starr this morning. We're live on the big bad Trickstar Radio. How you doing, man? You all good?
I'm good. That tune was called Heavy Metal.
It's called Heavy Metal.
Off the new album, the Gawd Status album.
Was it perhaps a clean version that I've misnamed? I think that might be what it is. I think that's what it is. My apologies. Right, let's move forward then, because obviously you're someone who is kind of notable for performing a lot. You know, you play a lot of shows. You're someone who's very much involved in doing a lot of different styles of shows as well. So in regards to like performing, like the current kind of setup, what's the current setup in regards to like going out performing? Like, are you like touring primarily your own stuff? Do you tour with other people primarily? Like, what's the kind of layup?
It's touring other people doing shows with other people. I do multiple bits and pieces. Like I do stuff with the Abstract Orchestra, and that's a 16-piece orchestra, brass, string.
I mean, how do you get into doing like stuff alongside an orchestra? Because that's almost like almost like end goals for like musicians to work with a live orchestra a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean, when I was learning music, I used to do stuff with bands all the time, so it's second nature really, like to work with live instruments accompanying what I'm doing. But with the Abstract Orchestra, what they do is that they specify in either playing MF Doom instrumentals or Dilla instrumentals.
Oh wow, so it's an orchestra literally like playing out what the samples of the tracks would be.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't realise that. I thought it was just like almost like a big band sort of sound, but the fact they actually almost recreate
they recreate the instrumentals, man.
That's
certain
amazing.
Instrumentals. So like they have me and Michael Parkinson just doing our own lyrics over some of the beats, just to make it a bit more engaging for the crowd and stuff.
That's amazing though. That's something different, and I think again in a crowded kind of UK market, having the niche is important.
Yeah, definitely. Like man, like if you ever see an Abstract Orchestra show, definitely go out and see it, man. It's just an experience, man. Like to possibly hear some of your favorite music being played live. Like it's always a different feeling to just a DJ and two MCs doing it.
Of course, as well, and I think it's going to be different every time as well. If you have the orchestra there, because that's almost like the charm of it. The fact that it's like the idea of perfect imperfection. So
that's it.
The fact that there's always this kind of different. The grooves are always slightly different. The levels are always slightly different.
Yeah, that's it.
Rather than just playing a straight instrumental off a thing. Now, obviously, you're someone who's been performing for a long period of time. You're someone who's been very much involved in like multiple different assets. Like obviously, we met through doing the more battle kind of side of things. And stuff like that, and I mean, is that something you're still involved in, or is it something that's kind of on the back burner while we're focusing?
I'm not really involved in what like I used to be back in the day, like in the sense of doing X amount of performances a year. It just takes too much time, too much effort, and for me personally as an artist, not enough opportunities to do what I would want to do in the battle industry. So I've taken a bit of a back step to it. And I'm not one of these people that say, I'm retired and I just don't do it as much. I am scheduled to battle in October the 12th, Marv 1.
Oh wow. That's one that's been in the works for a while though. I remember that being talked about years and years ago.
Yeah, man. This is like 6 years and it still hasn't happened yet, man. So fingers crossed that it happens.
Yeah.
You know, because he's been speaking about retiring from it at the end of this year. So if it doesn't happen this year, then it will never happen.
Then it will never happen. It's one of those ones as well. I remember hearing about that like years ago and being like, yeah, it makes sense. It makes so much sense to do. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully it goes down. That's definitely one that I'm gonna check out online. You know what I do? I try to check them out online. A lot of the time, I'm just a bit like, I'm just not interested. But I try to keep an eye in. You know?
Yes, it's just different now because we were involved in when it was kind of growing. Not every style was so repetitive. You know what I mean? Like people still tried to have an individual kind of set of skills that they brought to the table, but now it's kind of like, you know, you do this set, you do have that, you're
a puncher, or you're this,
and that, but it's not really interesting. There's a few, don't get me wrong, there's some very talented people that do it who are you can see their star quality. You know what I mean? But the rest of them just copycats.
Yeah, I can definitely feel that. So let's go kind of back to like live performing then, because as we were saying, you performed in a lot of places. You performed around the country. What would you say the kind of craziest experience is so far? Like the one where it makes you just think back and go, "Wow, that actually happened."
Some of the reactions, like you get from the crowd and stuff. Like I remember we did earlier this year. Did a show in Leeds with the Abstract Orchestra, and they were convinced that it wasn't going to be a good show, you know what I mean? But it turned out to be like one of the best, most responsive shows that we've ever done together. You know what I mean?
There's definitely a thing about that idea, going into a show going, oh, it's probably not going to be a good one. It's not good. And then suddenly when it turns around and you're like, oh wow. And then there's like this kind of like, it almost like doubles, it almost like amplifies how much you enjoy it.
Yeah, because it's all about energy, isn't it? Like that, you want to receive the same energy you're putting into your work. You want to receive some back. Like so, crowd response and crowd participation definitely makes for a good show. It doesn't necessarily have to be the most packed, full venue. It's just you want the crowd to get involved now and then, respect it. Yeah, not treat it as just like an alternative to a night out and stuff like that. Actually kind of partake and just have respect for what they're seeing and enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. I think as well, this is a question I'll ask. In regards to kind of like the layout of a night, would you rather have like a packed out arena but be warming up for someone and the crowd not really wanting to be there for you, or would you rather play a room of like 100 people who are all over it?
You gotta have both experiences, man. Like you through both of those experiences have made me the level of performer that I am today, man. I don't mind either, because you get pros and cons with both. One set of the crowd make you work harder, make you think what could you do a bit different, what works, what doesn't. It makes you analyze yourself a bit more. And the other one, the small kind of compact responsive crowd, makes you appreciate why you do it and all the work that you've put in over the years. So
I definitely think as well, with a lot of the time with performers now, they almost like it's almost like that people feel they don't have to go through the kind of like training process. They don't have to go through like the ropes, go through the thing of like playing to empty rooms. This is something I genuinely would advise for any performer in any industry. Get booked and play a couple of empty rooms. I think it's something you need under your belt, because it teaches you, and have like 4 people there, and if it teaches you to kind of appreciate the amount of people in the room, and it teaches you how to speak to the people that are listening in the room. Yeah,
and this is what you see with a lot of the new performers coming up now that have a lot of kind of industrial backing, but they haven't really put the groundwork in. They might have a pop-in song on the radio, but they don't have no idea of how to control a room of people. You know what I mean?
How to give off the right presence.
Right presence, right crowd. Make your art a showcase. So that's what it is. It's not just for fame. Well, some people, it depends the reasons why you do it. We'll just leave it.
It does come down to preference. So we've got another tune to play from yourself. I'm hoping I've named this one correctly. This one goes by the name of Messiah Hybrid. So
yes, another Gawd Status tune. Yeah,
wicked. Man. So what? Just briefly explain what Gawd Status is, because you mentioned it prior.
Yeah, Gawd Status is a group. Myself, King Kashmir, DJ Jazz T. We released an album on August 31st. We're signed to Brighton True Thoughts Records as well, which is a massive label down there. It's a massive label around the UK, to be honest with you. Yeah, defo. Met those guys last week when we did our in-store in Rare Kind in Brighton as well. So King Kashmir does the production, majority of the production. I do the rapping, along with Michael Parkinson features, Big Cakes features, Anyway the God features, and a vocalist called Faye Simon also features as well.
Wicked. So it's a good there's a good amount of people involved. It's a solid setup.
Yeah, man. Like, go check it out. Anyone who's listening, it's spelled GAWD space status STATUS.
Right, let's jump into this one. This one is Messiah Hybrids. We're live inside with a man like Joker Starr here on Trickstar Radio.
Waking up Brighton.
Breakfast with KXVU.